Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to learn how to create Zendesk ticket on failed Razorpay payment. So I am selling my products with the help of the payment gateway, that is Razorpay, and I want that whenever a customer is going to make the payment and the payment will get failed due to any reason, so I want to create a ticket for that failed payment with the customer inside Zendesk, which is an issue management software. So how we are going to automate this entire process? For that, we have to set up the connection between Razorpay and Zendesk, and that we are going to do without the requirement of any coding and programming skills, that too with the help of Pabbly Connect. So if you also want to learn this amazing automation step by step, for that you have to come towards my screen. Welcome to my screen everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you step by step that how we can automatically create a ticket inside Zendesk whenever a payment will be failed for any customer inside Razorpay. So I run an e-commerce store and I use Razorpay as a payment gateway. And for many customers, while making the purchase for any of the product, occasionally payments may fail due to various reasons such as insufficient funds or technical issues or card related issues. Therefore, to provide excellent customer service and promptly address these payment issues, I want to create a ticket inside Zendesk automatically whenever a payment fails in Razorpay. So this will allow my support team to easily follow up the customer, to resolve the issue and to ensure a seamless shopping experience. So I'm managing all the issues related to my e-commerce store, my payment gateway and related to the transactions with the help of Zendesk, which is an issue management software. Now I want that as soon as the payment will be failed for any of the customer inside Razorpay while placing an order for the product, then immediately that issue should be added inside Zendesk in the form of a ticket for my backend team members to support the customers. Alright, so I'm going to automate this entire process with the help of Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing automation and integration software. With the help of Pabbly Connect, I'm going to simply set up a connection between Razorpay and Zendesk, that too without the requirement of any coding and programming skills. So let's get started quickly. This is the homepage of Pabbly Connect where we can reach by tapping the URL pabbly.com/connect in our browser. After coming over here, we can find two options, sign in and sign up for free. In case if you are already an existing user, so you can just click on sign in option to log into your account, but if you are a new user, you have to click on the sign up for free button, which is going to create your free new account just in 2 minutes. Also, when you will do that, you will receive 100 free tasks every month to explore this amazing software and to test multiple automations. Now here, because I am already an existing user, so I'm going to click on sign in quickly. This is all app section where we can find all the products which are offered by Pabbly. To create our automation, we are going to use Pabbly Connect, so let's click on access now. And it has taken us towards the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. So on this dashboard, we can find all our workflows which we have created, and we can also save our workflows by creating multiple folders like this on our dashboard. Now to create a new workflow, we have to click on this create workflow option. Let's do that. And here a dialog box is appeared in front of us. It is asking us to provide a name to our workflow. So first of all, I'm going to give a name over here. Create Zendesk ticket on failed Razorpay payment. After giving the name to my workflow, I'm going to select the folder in which I want to save my workflow. So here you can see I have multiple folders. Among these folders, I'm going to select automations for e-commerce store and we'll simply click on create. As we have done that, you can see that two windows are open in front of us. First is the trigger and the other is action. Now what are trigger and actions? Trigger and actions are the two main concepts, the principles or the building blocks on which the entire automation runs. Here the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. That means the action is the response towards our trigger. So whatever we are going to select in our trigger is going to command the entire workflow, and the actions are going to follow that same command. Therefore, we can have only one trigger in any workflow, but we can add as many action steps as we want. Now here my objective is that whenever a payment will be failed by any customer in Razorpay, then immediately the response should be captured and that response should be added as a issue or as a ticket inside Zendesk. So for that, I'm going to take Razorpay in my trigger and Zendesk in my action. When we are going to set up the connection between these two applications, we can see that action is going to follow what the trigger commands, because when the trigger happens, that means when the payment is failed inside Razorpay, then only the ticket will be created for that failed payment inside Zendesk, otherwise not. So after understanding the whole concept of trigger and action, let us quickly start creating the workflow step by step. For starting the workflow, first of all, we have to go towards our trigger step and we have to select our trigger application. So our trigger application over here will be Razorpay, the payment gateway which we are using, and then we have to select the trigger event. Trigger event is the event on the happening of which the workflow is going to trigger or start. You can see we have multiple options over here. So payment failed will be our trigger event, because I want that whenever the failed payment will be made, then only the response should be captured. Now as we've selected the trigger event, we have received a webhook URL along with some instructions. So we just have to follow these instructions given over here carefully in order to set up our connection, and the URL is going to act as a bridge for transferring the data of failed payments from Razorpay towards towards Pabbly Connect instantly. Let's quickly copy the webhook URL and then I'm going to tell you exactly what we are supposed to do. So for this, I'm going to first of all take you towards my Razorpay dashboard. You can see that here we are currently working in test mode. So okay, so this is a test dashboard and all these payment links, payment pages are test. So what I'm going to do for building the connection, we have to go towards accounts and settings, and here we can see the option of webhook, so we have to select that. Now when we are going to click on add new webhook button, we have to enter certain details over here for creating a new webhook and for building the connection between Razorpay and Pabbly Connect. So first of all, in the webhook URL field, we will paste the URL which we have copied. Then we have to select the active events, that will be failed payment over here, because here we want that whenever the payment will be failed, then the response should be captured with the help of this URL inside Pabbly Connect. After doing up till this, we have to simply click on create webhook, and as we have done that, our webhook is saved successfully. So let's go back towards Pabbly Connect. Here it is already showing waiting for webhook response. This means that now we have to do a test submission. How we are going to do that? By making the payment inside Razorpay, and that payment should be failed. So whenever the payment will be failed, we are going to receive the response. So once again, I'm going to take you towards my Razorpay dashboard, and here I'm going to take you towards payment pages. So these are all the payment pages for different products or the services which I am selling with the help of Razorpay. I'm going to open one of the page and I'm going to make the payment inside that page to purchase a product, but I'm going to desperately fail that payment so that the response could be captured. So this is the link of the page. I'm going to open it in a new tab. And here basically this is the page for Digital Dynamo digital marketing course. So the amount over here is 999. Quickly I'm going to enter the details over here in the checkout page to make this payment, and you can see I'm working in test mode. This is a test checkout page, so here I'm going to make a test payment, and that also I'm going to make fail. So here let's start with the name. Let's say the name of the customer who is purchasing the product is new customer. Let's say the email of this customer is new40@pabblytudes.com, and here I'm going to enter a random phone number. Let's say this. Now I'm going to click on pay, and you can see that here we have multiple payment options for making this payment. So because I want to fail the payment, so I'm going to go towards card option, and here I'm going to enter a dummy or a false card detail. Okay, let's start with a card number. So I'm going to enter a wrong card number in order to make the payment fail. A random expiry date. Card holder's name will be new user, and here I'm going to enter a random CVV. Alright, so here I'm going to make the payment. You can see that here my payment is failed because it is saying international cards are not supported over here. So as the payment is failed, let's go back towards Pabbly Connect. Here we have already received the response. In this response, you can see that the status of the payment is failed. Here is the order ID. Here are the details of the customer and all other details. The description is also received that why the payment is failed. So this means that our connection is absolutely successful between Razorpay and Pabbly Connect. So now further, whenever the payment will be failed inside Razorpay, then immediately we are going to receive the response and the workflow is going to continue. Alright, so here when we have done that, let's move forward. And because over here my objective is that whenever any of the payment will be failed inside Razorpay, then the response should be captured, and for that same failed payment, the ticket should be created inside Zendesk. Alright, so for that we have selected our trigger event, and here because we have selected the trigger event as payment failed, so only when the payment will be failed by the customer for any of the reason, then the response will be captured and not for all the payments. Alright, so here we will move forward towards creating the ticket for the failed payment inside Zendesk. For that we have to build the connection between Zendesk and Pabbly Connect. So let's click on this add action step button, and here our action application will be Zendesk. So let's quickly select that. Zendesk is an amazing issue management software which helps us to manage all the issues or the problems related to the software or any of the company within and inside one application only. Here we have the action event. So here I'm going to select the action event as create ticket. Let's click on connect. To build the connection, I'm going to go with add new connection. So now I'm going to build a new connection with my Zendesk account. In case if you already have an existing connection, you can also go with that. But to build the connection, we have to provide the login credentials of our Zendesk account, such as username and password. And here we have to enter the subdomain as well. So one by one, I'm going to tell you exactly how we have to do this. So first of all, you have to enter the username and password of your Zendesk account. That means the login credentials. Then we have to enter the subdomain. So how you're going to get that? It is given over here in the instructions that, for example, if your Zendesk URL is this, then whatever which is given after this 2/ and .zendesk.com will be your subdomain. So I'm going to take you towards my Zendesk account. Here this is the URL of my Zendesk account, and you can see that before .zendesk.com and after the / this Pabbly is given. So I will simply copy that because this is my subdomain, and I will paste it over here. After entering all the details, you also have to do one more very important thing. You have to enable password access API, okay, in order to build this connection. So first of all, you have to go towards view section inside Zendesk. Then you have to go towards manage views. Under apps and integrations, you will find Zendesk API. You have to enable enable the password access over there. So I'm going to take you back towards my Zendesk account. Here we have to go towards manage view section. Over here, this is apps and integrations, and here we have Zendesk API. After coming over here, you can see that password access is already enabled in my account. You also have to enable it in order to build this connection successfully. And then when you are going to click on save, your connection will be absolutely successful very easily. As we have built the connection, let's move forward towards entering all these details in order to create a ticket inside Zendesk. So first of all, we have to enter the subject. What is the subject of your ticket? Here, because I am creating this automation for failed payments, whenever the payment will be failed, I want to create the ticket as an issue inside Zendesk. Therefore, the subject will be payment failure notification for order. And here what I'm going to do, I will simply enter the order ID so that it could be unique for each and every new order. So from where we are going to get this order ID? Order ID is received through the payment response which we have received from Razorpay. This is our earlier response, and you can see that this is the entity order ID. This is going to be unique for each and every order. So I will simply select that. When we are inserting the data from previous step over here in this field, it is called as mapping. So when we map our data, it becomes dynamic, and with each and every new response, automatically it is going to replace. So this means that whenever a new payment will be failed and the response of that failed payment will be captured from Razorpay, then automatically the data which we have mapped over here, the order ID, is going to replace automatically, and in this way our automation is going to effortlessly work. Then we have the assignee over here which is already selected. The collaborators are also selected. If you want, you can give the email address of the collaborators, but these fields are not important, so I'm going to ignore these fields for now. And here I'm going to assign this issue to support team. Then we have the requester name, email address, and other details. So what is the name of the requester? That means who is requesting this particular issue. Here the request is made from the customer side. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to simply map the name of the customer over here which we have received. This is the first name. I'm going to use a space, and this is the last name of the customer. In this way I have mapped the name of the customer, so it is also going to replace automatically. In the similar manner, I'm going to map the email of the same customer also, the requester email address, and then we have first comment on the description. So what is the description of this issue? The description is also received over here. Your payment could not be completed as this business accepts domestic or Indian card payments only. So whatever will be the issue related to the payment failure, that will be entered as a description automatically because we have mapped the description over here. Then here we have, should the first comment be public? I have selected as yes, the status is new, and all of the details are already selected. So here if you want, you can also change the priority from urgent to high, normal or low. I have done that. Now I will simply click on save and send test request button. And you can see that here we have received the response. In this response, here is the ticket URL. Along with this, we have also received the date and time at which the ticket is created. That means our connection is successful and our ticket is successfully created inside Zendesk. So I'm going to go towards unsolved tickets over here. When I'm going to click on refresh, you can see that here a new ticket is created for the requester as new customer, and here it is created less than a minute ago. That means it is recent. And here is the subject of our ticket also along with the order ID. This means that our connection is absolutely successful once we have set up the connection between Razorpay and Pabbly Connect successfully. So I'm going to test this workflow once again whether it is running fine or not. Once again, I'm going to open another checkout page for another product. Let's say Java Notes for Professional this time. I'm going to copy the checkout page URL and I will open it in a new tab. And quickly I'm going to purchase this particular product. The amount is already selected. The payment drop down is also over here. Quantity I'm going to select as 1. Let's say the name of the person who is submitting this payment is dummy user. Let's say the email is given over here as dummyyuser400@pabblytudes.com. A random phone number and GST field is optional, so I'm going to ignore this field for now. Alright, once again I'm going to make the payment with card because I want to fail this payment. So I'm going to enter the dummy and the wrong card detail. Alright, here I've entered the details. Now I'm going to click on pay, and here I'm going to make the payment. You can see that the payment once again is failed. So let's go and check whether automatically the payment failed issue is created as a ticket inside Zendesk or not. So here I'm going to refresh the page once again. And yes, here you can see that once again a new ticket is created over here recently along with a new order ID, and here is the requester name along with the date. So when I'm going to open the ticket, here we have the description as well. Alright, so this means that our connection is absolutely successful and our workflow is also running fine. Let's quickly summarize what we have done over here in the workflow. We have taken 2 simple steps, trigger and action. In trigger, we have taken Razorpay and we have taken Zendesk in our action step. When we have set up a connection between these 2 applications, our workflow is going to run in such a way that whenever the payment will be failed for any of the customer in Razorpay, then immediately the ticket will be created for an issue related to the payment failure inside Zendesk, so that our support team could check on this and follow up the customer. So in this way, you can also very easily create this automation for creating tickets inside Zendesk whenever the payment will be failed in Razorpay. I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you for watching. Not only these applications, but you can integrate multiple such applications without any coding or programming skills with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now, if you have any doubt, you can reach out to us at support@pabbly.com. If you want to ask any query, you can reach out to us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issue, you can reach out to the website given over here. Now, if you find this video helpful, do not forget to share it with your friends. And also please like our video and subscribe our channel for more such amazing automations.